Okay, I think we live. What's that say? We good to go. I need to get some new headphones, y'all. I got these old ass iPhone headphones. I'm gonna just get some more iPhone headphones. But just some new ones. I don't need no AirPods, bro. I need something I could plug in. Old school. How old school is y'all? I'm so old school. I had a Walkman when I was a kid. I remember wanting a Walkman for like Christmas. I wanted a Walkman so bad. We're gonna bless you with some moose. I was just looking. I was at Walmart, and they didn't have the ones I needed or would have got some, bro. They just had the ones that plug into your iPhone. I could have just got an adapter too, but it's like, come on, I'm doing too much just to plug into my laptop. Shit. Turn this down. Some good old Sonys. Shit. Yeah, I just need something that'll just plug right into my ears. I don't want no over the ears shit. Oh, is it not connected? 1999. Okay. I think that's probably the same amount the iPhone ones was. I'm not gonna cap to you. No, it's on the right thing. Why can't you hear it? Oh, because this is too low. But yeah, we got a bunch of topics. So I still got my note open. Let's see what we talking about. We ain't got to get into the meat and potatoes right away. Let me know if the audio sounds good, bro. I need a new mic. I'm gonna get a new mic soon, but let me know if it seems like it's peaking. Oh, we could watch this real quick. I got a good little thing to start off with. Oh yeah. Hold on. This is crazy. Sounds good. All right, cool. I think I just had to turn my mic down a little bit, but let's go ahead and just check this out. Just go ahead and start the stream off, guys. What's good, y'all? It's your boy MooseMan. I'm back with another stream. We're going to be covering a range of topics today, including Nick Fuentes versus Piers Morgan. What else we got? The FooCommunity top 10. I mean, they did top 50, but we ain't got time for all that. So we're going to check out the top 10 and see what's Gucci with that and a couple other things. But let's just start off with something a little...
Why is there diet culture on the parking meters? Why do we have on the parking meters, sometimes I diet, don't feed me on the following holidays? Why are we promoting fat phobia?
There it goes. There it goes. Oh no, bro. I didn't stream for what? 3 days? 4 days? Or when was the last time I streamed? And all my shit be resetting? Like, what the hell? That shit pisses me off. I won't cap to you. What's it at right now? Turn it down. I think my mic was a little lower. Okay, okay. Now it should be good. We should be back. All right, let's just go ahead and run. Let's run it back from the top. It's only 22 seconds.
Why is there diet culture on the parking meters? Why do we have on the parking meters sometimes I diet, don't feed me on the following holidays? Why are we promoting fat phobia and diet culture even on the parking meters in LA? It gets to a point. It really does get to a point. This is an issue and this needs to be fixed. West Hollywood, this is actually disgusting.
Disgusting, she says. Let's see. Let's not jump out the window here. Let's come at it rationally, Moose. Let's think about what we're about to say, and let's come at it from a reasonable perspective. Okay, she feels as though this sticker is promoting people to go on a diet. Diet equals losing weight. Losing weight means not being as fat, or fat. Not being as fat equals good because the sticker's there. That's what it's promoting. But it's just like, isn't that true? Is fat phobia means that you can't say that people should be healthy? What does fat phobia mean? Let's check it out. What does fat phobia mean? Fat phobia. My guy MooseMan, what's good, Donnie? Fat phobia. The fear, hatred, or bias against fat people and fatness manifesting as systemic. That would be systemic. This would be systemic discrimination based on her fatness by them making a joke about being on a diet. I feel you now. Okay, I'm starting to feel her. Maybe she's got a point. And an irrational aversion impacting healthcare. Okay, that could be a problem. I could see that. Employment and everyday interactions rooted in societal ideals that equate in thinness with health and morality. Damn, if you're fat, you're not moral is crazy. Well, viewing larger bodies as inherently bad or flawed. It's a form of oppression that harms individuals through bullying, prejudice, and unequal treatment, often linked to historical racism. Fat minorities got treated worse? And eugenics, they were taking out fat people? Whoa, it's deeper than rap. Yeah, I'm fat phobic. Don't get me near Flacco. Yo, it's deeper than rap. How does it affect their healthcare? Doctors dismissing symptoms or focusing solely on weight loss, delaying proper diagnosis. I think that healthcare should be pushing people to lose weight. I think that's fair. I mean, I think it's scientifically proven. Moose, when you getting in the dojo, I don't know. I gotta go back to LA and see what's good with that. Honestly, I haven't heard nothing back in a while. I told Brandon I was trying to do a jujitsu episode with him too, and he said he was down. So I need to do that too. I've never done jujitsu in my life. Hopefully he doesn't break my arm in half, because I beat him in that debate. Okay. Yeah, so fat phobia. I don't think this is fat phobia. I wouldn't give her that one. I think telling people to go on a diet isn't the worst thing after the holidays. You know, maybe you put on 5-10 pounds, eating a bunch of turkey and shit. Maybe you should go on a diet. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Being thinner is usually always a plus if you're a big ass person. Like, I don't know, man. I don't get this thing where it's like we're just not supposed to like acknowledge anything. Like certain stuff's, you know, when you see a big giant fat person, that's like a little crazy, you know? And it's just like that's nothing crazy when I see, you know, certain like a dude with a big like a full beard and he's wearing a dress and makeup. It throws me off. Like certain things throw people off, and I think that's fair to say. You know, what's the harm in that? Moose, thoughts on Trevor Potter? Yeah, shout out to Trev, man. He's from Sac. I got to rock with my boy. You know, I feel like he was fucking with me before the no jumper competition, and a little bit more, and then afterwards, I don't know. It's because I took a couple shots at T-Rail, and I don't know, maybe AD. I don't know, maybe something to do with that. But I'm just potting, bro. I don't got no hate against those guys. I be watching they shit still sometimes, like. But I feel like he kind of was distanced himself a little bit after that. But it's all good, you know. I still fuck with Trevor. He's doing his thing with the Empire folks and shit. Doing a lot of good interviews. You know what I'm saying? He got clips that go viral and shit. So he's definitely doing his thing. Thing-a-lang. I'll give him that for sure. Mike echoing. Mike echoing. Let me see. Oh, yep. It for surely is. Good looking, good looking. What the fuck? Good looking, good looking. Yeah, please tell me, y'all, if something's messed up or doesn't sound right, because I'm trying to get all these levels right. Go on DeJean podcast. I'm supposed to go on DeJean's podcast next time I'm in LA. Catch me on a Day in LA podcast. It's probably gonna be Bo Jackman on there now. I mean, on there with me, because I see that he be on there pretty regularly, and I fuck with my boy Bo Jack. And I think that's gonna be a hilarious pod. I think it's gonna be very informative. I think we could chop it up on some real hip hop shit. So I'm gonna have to really, if we're gonna be talking about certain projects and things, I'm gonna have to be in there slapping all the music and really, you know what I'm saying, getting hip to everything, because he be up on game. DeJean don't play when it comes to the music shit. I'll give him that. He's super knowledgeable for sure. But yeah, I'm trying to go on there and just chop it up with Brody. I'm definitely gonna tell him that he didn't get shot. No, just fucking with you. But from what I understand, is the bullet hit the thing, and like a ricochet, like concrete, hit him in the leg, and he thought he got popped. That's the story that I'm rolling with. But you know, maybe I won't bring it up. Maybe that's not the path I should go down. Maybe I'll just, you know, play it cool. But shout out to DeJean. I fuck with him. He just dropped his freshman, the LA freshman not podcast, like cover shoot, and so shout out to him. He be doing it up. He got Jay Reddy on there. I fuck with Jay Reddy. I've been slapping his music a lot. We could react to this real quick though. Yo. Why is it switching on me? Okay, I got it. Hold up. My bad. It was switching inputs on me. My bad. I'm cooked, bro. Okay. So what we got here, y'all? My bad. My bad. I'm trying to get this shit right. My fault. Crow D. My fault, Crody. Yo, we got 10 viewers in the chat. We having a little technical difficulty. Let's get into this video. Poetic Flacco got big deal fleeing the city. What? Ain't no way. Let's go to my bro channel. You know what I'm saying? Sub up to It's a Cold Game, man. Trying to get him what, 5K? Let's get him 5K ASAP, man. The Moose Army, we're gonna get him there. And also Moose made, you know what I'm saying, this thumbnail and this thumbnail and this thumbnail and this one and this one and this one. That's crazy. But let's check out what is he talking about in this John. Joe Mack, what's the deal? What's good with y'all, man? We lost 2 viewers with the technical difficulties. They're not real ones. We ain't even got to worry about the numbers.
What's the deal? Okay. What's the deal?
What's up, big deal? Let's see what you got to say about Poetic Flocko running you out the city.
Cold game, man. What's going on with y'all, man? What's popping with the cold game, fam?
Just finished the video. Oh shit, we need to go to that too, huh? I need to do that. W promo. How do I go to my channel? W promo. Yes, sir. Right here. Just dropped the video. How I became a host on No Jumper. MooseMan from No Jumper. But yeah, I dropped that. It's a long video. It's really just like my highlights from all started on this day from the host competition. Never before seen, you know what I'm saying, submission video. Only Josh and Adam, probably not even Adam. I think it was just Josh going through these. Only Josh has seen this footage until now. We can hear you, but you're super low. Okay, my bad. I'm just not trying to be too high because my mic be peaking. Yo. Can y'all hear me better? Tell me. Tell me, and I can get it juicy for you. You and Josh DM on the low, right? What does that mean? Why'd you word it like that? Any better? Way better. Okay. Yeah, I text Josh when I need to, bro. Like, don't be wording it like it's some weird thing, bro. DM on the low is crazy. But yeah. I dropped a new video, how I became a host on No Jumper. You feel me? It's got exclusive footage, you know what I'm saying? Submission video. This is what Josh saw. He saw the greatness in me when he was reviewing. I had all the yara yaras. I had all the steps. Bro, with that sus wording. Yeah, so I had all the stages from intro, you know what I'm saying, to the Brandon debate, which I cooked him in that debate too. I should have known I was going to cook him. The Riz off, which is pretty uneventful. Not my best showing, but definitely got Bo Jackman out the paint in that round. Shout out to my boy Bo Jack, but I did get you out of there. This round, my worst round, probably the Diddy round, because they was just yapping. They was disagreeing. And I was kind of honestly in the middle of I didn't have a super strong stance, so that didn't take for the best performance. But at the end of the day, they decided that this dude was just so wrong. He was saying Diddy should have done 100 years or something, and he was touching on kids, which none of that is true. I don't believe. And so they were like, bro, you was just so wrong. You got to get up out of here, even though I didn't even really get that much time to talk. But so I got saved by him just being so uninformed. And then yeah, I just kept moving through, got interviewed. This was pretty this was
be honest, I feel like I cooked him, so just know that I'm gonna be at Brendan's neck on this motherfucker.
So let's go. Munchie said you were a real one yesterday on the show. Yeah, I did see that. Shout out to Munchie B, man. I don't know if he saw my reaction video or whatever or anything, because I was kind of siding with him, you know, in a way. But then he said all Mexicans have small dicks the next show, and I'm like, damn, man, I was just I was just defending you, and now you said I got a small pito. Like, come on, Munchie. Like, god damn, I can't fucking defend him one day without him. Now we all got small pitos, and I was just siding with you, bro, against royalty. When is the Ricky and Brandon Slayer episode 2 coming out? The next time I go to LA, I'm trying to go before the end of the year, and we're gonna get one in, and we might have another guest on there, maybe 2 guests, who knows, we'll see. American Cholo said he's down to talk. I told him on live chat. Oh yeah, I'm definitely trying to chop it up with him. I've tried to call into his show a couple times, but I don't think I ever got through. But I remember trying to call in at work so I could try to disagree with them and shit. But I'm down. I fuck with American Cholo for sure. Is he back on live? Because I know he was gone for a minute, but I fuck with his content for sure. But this was funny. I was chopping it up with Aunt Hefe. He was interviewing me real quick, but I hit him with a little narrative I seen. I think it was probably on the Reddit. They was saying Aunt Hefe be all quiet on No Jumper, and then he go crazy on his channel to really give them the good content. Which I don't know. Maybe you can make an argument for that, but I was just throwing it out there, and he was turned up. What's up with your girl Jaleese?
Every time I step on it, Brandon.
Let's just watch this and we'll go. We'll look up some Jalise shit.
You know it's all love, but I'm on you. And then I just want to ask you one question, Hefe. What do you think about the narrative that people saying that you're more expressive on your channel, you stay reserved on No Jumper, so you could go to your channel and really give them that good content?
I don't really get too involved in what the chat say because you can't control at Hefe narrative. I don't think that I'm reserved on No Jumper. Like, if you a person that know me in real life, the most talking I do is on a podcast. Anybody that kicks it with me all day, they're going to tell you, bro, quiet. Bro is real observant. He going to smoke, and he pays attention to stuff. And I talk a little bit. I listen a lot, bro. So when I go to my channel, you know, I might be in my comfort zone and at home. And at No Jumper, you got to understand, it's me, myself on my channel. No Jumper, I'm hosting No Jumper with Adam, Munchie, and Lush. So I can't be over inserted.
I was like, damn, I didn't think he was going to. I was just throwing it out there. He was getting passionate. I'm like, okay, I feel him. Okay.
I think it's weak for me to over insert myself. I think I insert myself just enough on every topic, you know, don't over talk myself, get my perspective, get out the way, let the next man speak. You feel me?
Hey, 100%. That's all I wanted to ask my dog. That's a good answer, man. Cleared up the air. Hey, stop speaking to my dog, Aunt Hefe. We don't care about nothing but what the check say, man. You already know what it is. No Jumper, man.
MooseMan in this thing, man.
Yeah, man. I got to smile at him at the end, man. So, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't all bad. But, yeah, go ahead and check that out, man. How I became a host on No Jumper. Good video. Good video. What was we just watching? It's a cold game.
Hey, family, man. You feel me?
Oh yeah, Jaleese deleted the video. She was turning up on everyone. She said, I'm cool in the middle of hating on everyone, so I'm stoked. It was Jaleese. Let's see what she's got going on. Was it true that she was live for like 9 hours, or was that a lie, bro? I see people saying that, but I feel like she went live for a minute, maybe went to sleep and then went back live. There's no way that she was live. What's she doing? Was she XQC? What is she, fucking Kai Cenat doing fucking 12-hour streams? Like, what the hell? Okay, why? What is this clip? Oh yeah, it's right here though. No Jumper reacted to it. I saw the beginning of this. She said she don't fuck with Ralphie. She said she don't fuck with TF.
Oh, that's just Reddit, does it? Bro, I'm onked out the game.
Hopefully she's not salty at me for pulling this up.
Do anything, he's gonna have motion regardless. Flacco has his own motion. Remo has his own motion. Lesh has his own motion. Why do I gotta be on a panel with Ralphie ass and just a whole bunch of nobodies? Like, I don't really like nobody, honestly. Like, besides the top.
If I woke up not now, what happened? I'm going postal. Well, never mind. He's not talking about this. I was like, what Donnie talking about in the chat?
I don't like his ass. I don't. So that's the truth. Y'all want to know the truth? That's the truth. Stop posting me in that Reddit. What are you talking about? Stop posting me in a Reddit. Trying to seek validation from other lonely.
Now, is she talking about Tay Third, or she just said, I don't fuck with Tay Third, then went and changed subjects to the Reddit? That's what I don't know. Yeah, she was live all night the other day. She swears she's XQC. She swears she's fucking Trainwrecks TV. Fucking. That's crazy. Tell me why I fell asleep for 10 hours and she was still freestyling to EBK J-Bo type beats. 10 out. Who is she? Fucking Juice World? What the hell, bro? She's going crazy. I mean, shit, that's what you gotta do in the content game. If she can consistently stream for 10 hours a day, no matter what her little regimen to do that is, I don't judge. She'll go up. She'll probably go crazy. Anybody that's live that much goes crazy. Donnie, are you gonna be a regular on Jajan's show? It was 40-minute video of her just going off. That's only a few seconds.
You know, lonely men. I don't give a stop talking about me. What you talking about? I don't got no problem. Listen, I love No Jumper. I don't got no problem with nobody up there. I just don't with the rotating host.
Damn.
So, hey,
what do we
I'm
do?
not finna, ain't nobody finna build they storylines and shit up off me. What you talking about?
I don't think there's ever been a moment on No Jumper with her on the news with the rotating, other than like her and Almighty going at it. And Almighty's already a solidified host, so he's not a rotating host. Nobody's ever mentioned anything about what she had going on or any rumor that she had or any drama. She is the one that's literally like, next topic. Can we talk about my shit? Can we talk about my shit? Can we talk about my... It's like, bro, you are the one that's trying to talk about you all the time, and then you wonder why people are talking about you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole game. What? You mad you on the Reddit, that just means, I mean, shit, people talking about you, that's something. It says something, you know, good or bad, it says something. Ralphie said she was the feds when she commented on the little rest of, yeah, but it's just like, that's just like regular shit. Everybody calls every journalist of the feds. If you say anything that's, you know, some police sounding shit, you're the feds, you know. That's just how it is.
I don't care. I don't like nobody. Like, and y'all mad because I don't care. I kept it 100. Like, bro, I've never said nothing bad about No Jumper. I'm not gonna start saying nothing bad about No Jumper now. There's nothing wrong with No Jumper. I just don't like Tay Third. I don't like Ralphie the Plug. I don't like Almighty Suspect. And I think Lesh be glazing whoever the be in the room with him. And so
why does Lush always catch a stray? No matter who it is, no matter what's happening, Lush has only ever bigged her up and told her how great she was and how good of a content creator she was. And she just she let that switch go, and Lush got caught in the crossfire still, bro. That's why you can't be nice to nobody.
So until me and Lush could talk, I don't want to be in a room with him either. That's that. So it's like, y'all want to know that's what is going on, nigga. So I decided to be a stay-at-home mom and just focus on my kids and build my own
with the Scarface pic behind her. Respect. She's taking care of her responsibilities. I cannot
own audience
talk
and
shit
build
about
my
that.
own engagement. Like, y'all be thinking like, bro, a lot of y'all don't. Matter of fact, a lot of y'all do know that I already had a name prior to anything, and it wasn't even like, bro.
She was going up.
Damn.
She went viral before, for sure, but No Jumper took her to a different level. That's definitely a factoid as well. But hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Not everything's meant to be. So is she done with No Jumper then? why did she even go on that rant? Just because Ralphie said, like, why would you cut off no jumper because somebody who's a host on there? Maybe if Adam said some shit. But I don't get cutting off no jumper because
There's a
Ralphie
lot
said something. But let's see what Big Deal's talking about. Finally, Poetic Flacco got Big Deal fleeing the city. He's got, you know what I'm saying, his hat's up here. Louis flexing. Big old duffel. You got the Timbs, New Balance, some Adidas, some Nike. I think that's a Nike box. Yeah, got all the kicks. He ready to roll.
Going on in the YouTube streets, man. It's a lot of YouTube workers, you know what I'm saying, that's out here putting in a lot of work, man. They put in a lot of work, man. These people going around town saying, you know, I'm trying to put in some work on Flacco, man. Damn. I'm seeing a lot of these dudes putting in more work trying to crack a case more than Flacco, man.
Not Flacco.
But I don't know, man, what's up with Flacco either, man. So I got all my bags packed, homie. And I'm finna have to skip town, homie, because I ain't been able to sleep at night, man. You feel me? I thought I heard somebody just at the door a minute ago, man. You feel me?
Oh, shit.
It's crazy, man, but y'all got what y'all wanted, man. You know, the YouTube streets ain't for a real nigga, man. So it's time for me to go on and just,
that was a short stint.
End this one, man, and make this my last one, man. And I'm finna just go on and skate, man. Y'all got what y'all wanted, man. Nigga packing this shit, man. I'm finna hit the road, man.
It's a good run, man.
I can't believe this shit, man. I'm like, damn. These people really trying to get me up out of here. They really trying to put a case on me. They really don't want me here.
Damn, Flacco.
I can't believe it, homie. But, you know, I'm packed up, man. I'm ready to go, man. I'm just going and just, you know, I don't know where I'm headed to, man, but, you know, I'm headed up out of the YouTube streets, man. It's too hot right now, man. The YouTube streets is too hot, man. They said it's a mass, man.
A really dangerous gangbanger is promising to murder me over a video I made about the Hoovers. Now, his name is Big Deal. He's a really big deal, no pun intended, from where he's from. He's a Five Deuce Hoover general. He's one of the most feared gangbangers in LA County. And he has a problem with a video I made where I just documented the threats he made against Charleston White.
What's the deal? It's a cold gang, man. What's up with the people, man? What's up with the cold gang family? So, Spook right now.
I just want to let you know that it was not confirmed that that was Big Deal in the frame here. We don't know who this guy is who made any type of threats, alleged threats against Flacco. I don't know who this is. I don't think anybody can confirm that for sure. So for Flacco to call the police and tell them that this guy was making threats and that it was actually this guy, that's wrong, bro.
I can't believe the people in the comments, man. They, but shit, man. I heard that they be working on YouTube, man. So you know, man, homie, this shit is crazy. And to see a lot of other YouTubers celebrating that it could be me that's gonna go down is wow. I can't believe it, man. This, I don't know what to do with you peoples, man. You peoples is like.
He has like 60-inch python biceps, right, and some very girthy chest. He's like a very big guy.
Can't go duck low at Z-Rail house. You feel me? A history story apartment. You feel me, with the elevator in it. You know, I done served him so many times. I can't even duck low over here. I gotta go out of town to some of my folks' house or something.
I can't go to Z-Rail's 3-story apartment because I done served him too many times. It's crazy. I don't know. I feel like it's scripted beef. I could be wrong. ×2 speed is necessary with any Flacco video. No shade, though. Honestly, most people, I got to put it on at least 1.75, man. Everybody talks a little slow. Even myself. Shit. I'm so weak. Why would Big Deal do that?
Oh, man. Damn. And if I went to his house, he probably would turn me in himself. It's crazy how you be out here, man. Ain't got no real folks. All you got is you, man. But that's the best way anyway, man.
I got you, Big Deal. Come to Sacramento, bro. I got a couch.
For somebody else to do it, you know? Damn, man. I'm really stressed, homie.
You could tell, bro.
I've been having all these strange numbers calling my phone. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm really scared to go out the house. I'm kind of ducked off and low right now, you know, because I move kind of strategic. So I ain't really got no, you know, no trace on me. You know, how a motherfucker get up on me, man. I ain't really got nothing landing on me, you feel me, that a motherfucker come to me. You know, they be going to an old.
Yeah, man, I wish the best for Big Deal, for real. That's, you know, you never want to see that. You never want to see no, what do people, everybody say? I don't wish jail on my worst enemy. Why do people say that, y'all? I mean, I get why people say that, but, like, do they mean that for, like, child predators, too? Like, do you not wish jail on them? Like, what's the rules here? You know what I mean? When people say, I don't wish jail on my worst, or I don't wish jail on nobody. Like, what about people who, like, murdered people? You don't wish jail on them? Almighty says that, and some of my homies say that. But it's just like, what about people who do things that are clearly against the law and are a detriment to society? I wish jail on them, so I can't really say, I can't use that quote. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Echoing again. Bro, why does it keep doing this bullshit? What if I just delete this one? It keeps switching to the fucking other one, even though I'm setting it as a different one. Okay, let's check out I was about to say our boy Nick Fuentes, but that is definitely not my boy. Let's see what they talking about. We need some clips because we ain't trying to watch this whole thing.
The main doctor said.
What the fuck? Where's these Nick Fuentes clips? Hold up, I'll pull them up. The fuck? Where is it? I don't want to see no other around shit. 2 hours? We ain't got no 2 hours. Let's check out this short here.
Clearer, really. I mean, it couldn't be clearer, really, unless you want to say that's another of your jokes. But you're basically saying, yeah, I'm a racist, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
You're fine with saying you're a racist?
Totally. I think everybody's racist.
I mean, it couldn't be clearer, really, unless you want to say that's another of your jokes. But you're basically saying, yeah, I'm a racist, aren't you?
Everyone's racist? Is everyone racist?
I mean,
what would they say? Just like, in a way, everyone's racist type of thing?
You're a New York Times reader, an NPR fan, a daily...
Snitch conversation, speaking in circles. I'm so glad I'm not a street dude. I just thank God all the time that I'm not a street dude, bro. They get held to crazy ass standards. You gotta be the toughest, hardest. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can't. Somebody could kill your fucking sister right in front of you. You can't call the police. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many rules. People gotta call you and politic on you on all the time. It's like, it just seems stressful to be a street dude, bro. Thank God. Shout out to everybody that does it, but that does not seem like the life for me.
Daily Wire subscriber or an avid consumer of all things Tucker Carlson. For several months now, there's been no avoiding the subject of Nick Fuentes. And let's be clear, the main reason you're hearing about him It's because he's popular. A large number of people, especially young men, are interested in what he has to say. What that says about our society and our culture is the subject of ferocious debate. For many people, it's a grave indictment of an insidious immorality. For others, he's a product of a culture which has turned on its own and left many young people feeling listless and bitter. He's either a litmus test for right-wing hypocrisy on free speech or a walking, talking manifestation of where the line should be drawn. And a frankly preposterous amount of airtime has been spent on debating everything from his ideology to his sexuality and whether anyone should actually talk to him at all.
If I were writing a glossary entry on the Streisand effect, I wouldn't put a picture of her next to it. I would put a picture of Nick Fuentes.
They have opted to not do so when it comes to Nazis like Nick Fuentes.
Fuentes takes this guy apart brick by brick. It's a full takedown.
My concern is that people who are a bit more moderate are deeply alarmed by Nick Fuentes.
I was very happy to see that Nick Fuentes really passed that test with flying colors.
That fragmentation is being caused purposefully by a splinter faction of people led by a young man named Nick Fuentes.
That's the war. Can you get the beef prices down? Not crazy things that Nick Fuentes or these other loons say on social media.
Well, it looks like all the screaming about Nick Fuentes on the internet is finally dying down a little bit.
So now we had on this guy, this Fuentes guy, and never challenged him.
You should have Nick Fuentes on your show and you can ask him questions about that.
The truth is, it doesn't make a lot of sense to spend all this time talking about Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, I've been seeing kind of the mainstream little push that Nick Fuentes has been getting. I know that he's very, you could say, anti-Semitic. He definitely doesn't like Jewish people or, saying how much we support Israel. This Israel criticism's fair, but he definitely takes a step further. He definitely feels that most black people are pretty much inherently violent and should be locked up for the most part, unless they're I guess following the path that he feels is right and just. You know what I mean? But he would prefer that it's a wide majority white ethno-Christian nationalist type of state. That's what he views America first as. And that's his vision, I would say, from everything that I've seen. Is he charismatic? Is he funny? Is he entertaining? Yes, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely could watch his stream and be entertained, but it's more just the ridiculousness of it is what keeps you entertained. It's like a car crash, you know what I mean? You got to slow down and watch it, but I'm not taking any of these things seriously, because at the end of the day, he does have kind of a crazy ass view of the world. He's a 26-year-old virgin. He's a white nationalist, but he's Mexican. There's just a bunch of things going on with bro that is good of a broadcaster and orator and, you know what I'm saying, entertainer that he is. He's got, some wonky things about him for sure.
Fuentes, but not actually to Nick Fuentes. People who say you shouldn't give him a platform overlook the very obvious fact that he already has a platform of his own, which is often bigger than most of the people complaining, and he uses it to speak unchallenged to his many followers. It's on that basis that I've invited him to appear live and uncensored on my platform, and Nick Fuentes joins me now. Nick Fuentes, welcome to Uncensored.
Hi, great to be with you.
I don't know you. I don't think we've ever met. You can correct me if that's wrong. I know about you. I know that increasingly people are talking about you in a more mainstream environment than you may be used to. So for those of you who know nothing about Nick Fuentes, I want this to be an opportunity to get to the real person. I don't know who that person is, but I do want to use this opportunity to get there. I've seen you talk.
And he was rocking with Kanye for a little bit. I forgot to mention that. He was with the Kanye, whatever. What was that? Kanye 2020? Kanye 2024? I forget which one it was. But yeah, he was with Kanye when Sneeko and him and Kanye were all rocking together that little period of time. So we went from edgy kind of streamer kind of world. Kanye, he got canceled when all the, he was on the no-fly list. No banks would let him bank with them because they were he's saying all this anti-Jewish stuff. So he got canceled. That boosted him up a little bit when he got canceled. Kanye brought him back up, boosted him a little bit more, and this is his little latest boost that he's on right now.
As we prepared for this, in exchanges with people. And
also very anti-Charlie Kirk guy. He did not like Charlie Kirk.
On your show, saying if you fear it's going to be very hostile, it's going to be an ambush, all those kind of things. I don't intend it to be overtly hostile. I don't intend to ambush you. I intend it to be an examination of what you said on the record, an examination of what you believe, or what you say you believe, and an examination of what your rising popularity says about the state of the conservative movement in America. So those are my goals from this interview. What are your goals? Why are you doing it?
I thought it'd be interesting. And, you've talked a lot about me on your show over the years, and this is the first time you actually extended the invitation. I think it might be the second, actually. I think we talked about doing it during A24 a few years ago, but you've talked a lot about me with the panel, and now you've extended the invitation to talk to me. And I think it'd be interesting for me to maybe clarify some positions and maybe get to know you a little better as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
There is a belief that you have two personas. There's one that you roll out now for podcasts and for shows like mine, where you come across as reasonable. And then there's your show on Rumble, where you often come across as having, a very unreasonable view on things. This is what Coleman Hughes said about you.
Nick Fuentes knows exactly what he's doing. He is consciously playing this double game as part of a long-term strategy to become popular enough to take the reins of power.
And this is not a new thing. This has always been the Fuentes critique and little like people trying to bring this to light, is that Nick Fuentes goes on big platforms, and when he goes on places where he knows a lot of people are going to be tuned in, he waters his views down so that they're more like palatable to like a regular person, to where they could be like, yeah, you know what, I could see this and that. But what is hiding behind that is a more sinister, darker plot. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely is very good at like, watering them down to make them more appealing. But really what he means is what he says on that Rumble stream, like Piers said. And Piers is a dirtbag too, but he's definitely right on that.
At which point he plans to pivot towards the extreme and unpopular policies that he advocates daily on Rumble.
So first of all, what is your response to that?
Well, first of all, I would say that Coleman Hughes is a propagandist. He works for the Free Press, which is run by Barry Weiss. So I think you have to consider the source. And Barry Weiss is a pro-Israel partisan. Free Press is just bought out by CBS for $150 million by Larry Ellison, or his son David Ellison. And so I think that's coming from a particular point of view. We can't pretend like that's coming from a vacuum or from some fixed position. That's coming from a propaganda outlet that's in favor of Israel. That's first. But second, I would say he is right about the two personas. And I think that everybody understands this on some level. On my show, I make jokes and I use rhetoric and I'm hyperbolic because for a long time I had an audience that was small on these like dissident platforms. I was on D Live for many years. A lot of people don't even know what that is. And so I had a small following, and we had sort of like an in-group sense of humor and memes and things like that. And you talk about it one way on a freewheeling live stream when I'm by myself and I'm ranting and we make jokes and we play devil's advocate, we play with different positions. But then when you sit down in an interview like this one and people ask me a good faith question, what do you actually believe? Well, then I clarify and I say, well, here I'm not joking, here I'm not being hyperbolic, I'm not being rhetorical. I'll tell you precisely what I believe. As far as this idea that I'm going to get power and then turn into Hitler, that just sounds totally insane to me. I'll be honest, it just sounds insane.
Do you have aspirations?
Yeah, I do remember that. I definitely remember. I watched those videos when Nick Fuentes was with Destiny. Do you think that is true that they said that they did gay stuff together? I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. That's crazy if true. But he definitely did buddy up with him. I think Destiny has always said like to be able to just be super edgy and do whatever he wants, that he's like not super tied to one political affiliation or one political stance. Like, I think he's made it clear that he keeps a pretty open playing field so that he could sit down with fucking guys who are deemed the Antichrist by, the left and, pretty much push a lot of hate and shit like that. And what's the argument? Like, you shouldn't platform these people because they're pushing so much hate, but that if he's gaining an audience, like, you're not going to be able to stop that. I think the best way would to be sit down with people as long as you're disagreeing with them and pushing back and not letting them just use your platform to just spread propaganda without any fact checking or any type of, argument.
Aspirations for political power?
Not really. I think that if I wanted to run for office, I wouldn't say a lot of the things that I say. I don't know that a lot of people would vote for me. I tend to offend everybody, even a lot of people that like me. So no, I'm a truth teller. I like to tell the truth. I like to do my live stream.
Who is Nick Fuentes? Tell me about your upbringing. I know you grew up in the suburbs of Chicago. Tell me about your early years.
Early how? Like my childhood? Or
yeah, your childhood, yeah.
Well, I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago in LaGrange Park, as you say. My parents are ethnics. My father's half Mexican, half Irish. My mother's Italian. And they both came from a pretty rough upbringing themselves. They both were raised by single mothers, not because of divorce, but because both of their fathers had died. They endured a lot of dysfunction. And I think that's one of the reasons they came. You said this. We're looping. You said this.
No, you haven't really directly, I think, responded to it, which is whether your father would not take you to certain restaurant chains because he associated them with black Americans. Is that true?
No, well, see here, if you're in America, you would say that Olive Garden is not real Italian food. Applebee's, TGI Fridays, and stuff is a load of crap. My dad was just a food snob, but no, it's got nothing to do with that. My best friend in first grade was a black guy. We're not a racist family. So
okay, so when you told the story, I'm just curious. So when you told that anecdote, which clearly on the face of it is racist, right? You're basically saying your father made racist decisions about where you would go as a family to eat. Are you saying, well, I'm just going to ask you a question. Are you saying that when you told that story, you didn't mean to infer that he was racist? And do you understand why when somebody like me reads that anecdote for the first
I don't know if I would give Destiny credit for making Nick well known. I heard of Nick Fuentes when he got canceled, and I feel like that's when the world heard of him. Is when this streamer kid got canceled off of everything, banned off every streaming site. They wouldn't let him bank with Bank of America and all these different big ass banks, which I think to this day he's still banned. He was on the no-fly list for a while. That's when I heard of him. I feel like that was his biggest boom early on, is getting canceled off of the fucking earth.
First time, as I did this week, I reach a different conclusion.
Well, I understand what you're doing, which is a sort of making of a murderer. How did he become racist? Well, his father didn't eat an Olive Garden because he said, that's not real Italian food.
I'm literally reminding you of something you said on your show, which led me to conclude a certain thing. I'm wrong, tell me.
Yeah, it was said in jest as a humorous anecdote, and now you're trying to spin it into a narrative, which is his parents are racist. He comes from a long line of racists. And I think everybody knows, my parents are boomers. And these people come, well, you're a boomer, I guess, too. In a way, right? You were born in 19. Yeah, so you're a boomer also. Or maybe you're a Gen Xer. I suppose it's sort of on the cusp. But it's a humorous anecdote. These are kind of the attitudes of baby boomers in society, but you're trying to spin it into a narrative, which is you're a product of your environment. Your dad's racist because of this joke. Now you're a racist, and I don't think that's a fair characterization.
Okay, people can make their own minds up.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a weak one.
They can go back and listen to you say it. I mean, the beauty of what I'm going to talk to you about in this interview.
No B was Gucci with you. We just checking out this Piers Morgan, Nick Fuentes.
Is that almost all of it is just going to be reminding you what you have said.
I want to see
and asking you what you meant.
Hitler
Your position
question.
about that story is that it was a joke. Okay. I want to come to something else you said. This is where you talk about Jews, women, and blacks.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
They're always coming up with, no, it's not the Jews. No, it's not women. No, it's not blacks. It's actually really complicated. No, it fucking isn't at all. Jews are running society. Women need to shut the fuck up. Blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part. And we would live in paradise. It's that simple.
That's insane.
Would you like to clarify what you meant there?
Yo,
that's all true. That's 100%
that's
true.
all
Everything I said in that
true.
clip is true.
It's
Including
crazy.
That, blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part.
Yeah. Yes.
All of them?
No, for the most part.
What does the most part mean? What percentage of American blacks would you like to see in prison?
Whatever the percentages of the murderers. I think it's 1 in 20 black men will commit a murder in their lifetime. So maybe let's say that 5%.
Oh, so you're talking about black people who murder people?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But you didn't say that.
That's
You just said
problem.
blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part. You didn't clarify that you were talking about black murderers.
Right. No, you're right. That's a good addition to that. That's a great point.
Do you think it's funny or?
I think I do. I think it's hilarious. I think it's totally true.
Do you think a black American would find it funny? You think that blacks should be imprisoned for the most part?
Blacks are my biggest fans. I get high fives all the time. They say, Nick Fuentes, I
Black
love your
people are
show.
not
They
his
agree with me.
biggest
And you want to know
fans.
why? Here's the difference. Black people are the most victimized by other black people. You think black people want to live in the hood, in the ghetto, and get shot all the time? That's what happens in the south side of Chicago. You should come here. I'll take you there. We could go to Garfield Park.
My son went to Chicago University for a year, actually, several years ago.
Yeah, that's a bubble. That's a bubble. You think you're in Chicago and Hyde Park? You don't know Chicago. Go a little bit west, see what it's like over there. And I'll tell you, black people agree with me because they're tired of it too. And maybe not most of them, but a lot of them agree with what I say about that because they know how it is. That's why the first thing they do when they make a little bit of money is they go and leave to another neighborhood.
Okay, so just remind me again, the percentage of black men who commit murder in America. What was the percentage you gave me?
It's 1 in 20. 1 in 20.
It's 1 in 100.
No, it's 1 in 20.
No. Less than 1 in 100 black US men commit murder. That's the most up-to-date crime statistics in America.
That's not true. I've seen other statistics. They say 1 in 20 will eventually commit a murder.
So your rate means that you're saying that 5 times as many black men commit murder as the official crime statistics say.
Yeah, there's a report, I believe, on X by Data Hazard. I'll have to go and double check that for you. But yes, there's some pretty shocking evidence that says that it's far more alarming than you would think.
Okay, but you would accept that the official crime statistics are 1 in 100? Or you wouldn't accept that statistic?
I don't know. I don't have it in front of me, but I've seen other evidence. Like I said, Data Hazard on X, I believe, produced a report about a year ago. It said 1 in 20. But I mean, whether it's 1 in 20 or 1 in 100, that's a lot of people, Piers. I mean,
a lot of white people commit murder too. Well, they do,
okay, but it's about proportionality. I mean, white people are 65% of the population.
Yeah, that's the thing. The problems with how Nick frames things is that it's like he acts as if history started today. You know, every day he wakes up, that's when history started. Yeah, him and Flacco. Yeah, because I don't blame Flacco too much because Flacco obviously was on his little right-wing grift at that time. I mean, I actually do blame him because that's scumbag shit, but he was on that right-wing grift shit then, and Nick knows how to water his points down to make it seem like something that could be agreeable to someone who's more right-leaning and shit. So, but yeah, if you really know about Nick and know his background, know where he's really coming from, like, you know what I'm saying? I downloaded Rumble just to watch Nick Fuentes streams sometimes because that's the only place, and they don't be clipping the real crazy shit. They keep it right there on Rumble. Like, that's the only reason I have that shit. So if you really know what's going on with Nick Fuentes, you know that it's not this happy, cheerful, funny guy all the time. He's got some crazy shit that he believes, which I get it, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what is the reason why black people live in poverty, you know what I'm saying, at more rates than other races like white people? What happened in history that caused people to live in more rundown neighborhoods? What happened in history to make it so schools weren't as good in these same neighborhoods? The funding wasn't there, so that, you know what I'm saying, that the education wasn't as good. The programs, after school programs, sports programs, parks, grocery stores, all this shit that wasn't afforded to a certain group of people. And instead of saying, how do we uplift these people that have been affected by these policies in the past for so many years, we say we should just lock them up. And it's like, that doesn't seem too fair, you know what I'm saying? And in America, we try to be as fair as we can, a free country, to where if somebody got fucked over, they're owed something. That's why you could sue somebody and get cashed out if you get fucked over, man. Yeah, clippers are the ones that make Nick more palatable to people. They take a small clip that make him sound level-headed and leave out the crazy shit. Exactly. You could only see the crazy shit, and even if it gets clipped and made it on YouTube, bro, they be scrubbing that shit. Oh, there's all kinds of old debates. I was just watching an old-ass Nick Fuentes debate against some dude. His name started with, it was like Murdoch or something. And I had to like go through like a reaction to it because it was just scrubbed anywhere else off YouTube. So there's a concerted effort to scrub the crazy shit that Nick Fuentes had said because he's becoming more mainstream, and they don't want that shit to come back and bite him in the ass when he's doing it up on a big platform.
Asian blacks are 13%. And I think anybody would tell you that more black people proportionally commit violent crime than white people, and people vote with their feet. People would rather pay a much higher property tax.
Most
What's with the
shootings.
interruptions?
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, you look at in Chicago, in New York, these neighborhoods are so stratified. People would rather pay a high tax rate. They'd rather pay a much higher property value to live in a less diverse, less black neighborhood because they don't.
Well, also, it's like they always talk about Chicago. They always talk about New York. They always talk about L.A. If you look at the crime rates, bro, in places like what was it, Oklahoma? It's fucking crazy. They always say per capita. If you look at per capita, all these red states are some of the most violent in the country per capita. They pick out fucking 3 cities out the country when the entire state's crime rate is fucking crazy in some of these red states.
They don't want to live around the violence. And I think that when you look at even on the public transit, the subway, the Blue Line, you know, people don't want to go there because they know who occupies and menaces the public transit. It is these people like Daniel Penning had to deal with. It's people like Irina Zarutska had to deal with. And that's just the uncomfortable reality.
You've also said you don't want to live near black people. Let's take a listen to this clip.
I'm a new generation of white person. I'm not living around blacks. Sorry. You know, I want white kids, and I don't want my white kids bringing home black people to marry. It's racial for me. And call me racist. Oh, very Christian of you. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, it couldn't be clearer, really.
He's nodding his head.
Jokes, you're basically saying I'm a racist, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
You're fine with saying you're a racist?
Totally. I think everybody's racist. I think everybody, if we're being honest, is racist. I think everybody, the only people that aren't racist or pretend not to be are white people to their detriment. Everybody else is racist.
But earlier in the interview, you really got aggrieved at the idea that your father was a racist. You wanted to make emphatically
because
sure
my father's,
he's not.
Because my father doesn't share my same views on that.
So he's the exception to everyone's a racist.
Well, everybody's a little bit racist. You're right. So maybe everybody. The difference is you're attacking my father. You know,
I'm not attacking your father. I'm not attacking your father.
You are.
No, I don't know your father. And to be clear, I have no knowledge about him at all.
Well, then let's leave him out of it. Let's leave him out of it if you don't know.
Hang on, Nick. You put that story into the public domain on your show. I'm simply reminding you of what you told everybody, millions of people, about your father. If you now want to retract it, fine.
Piers
If you want to say it was a joke.
such a weasel with shit like this, bro. I usually hate him, but he's doing it to Nick Fuentes, so fuck it. But he's such a weasel. He will get the worst shit. His team is nice with it, getting the right shit. Be like, hey, you said it, bro. Can't get mad now.
Which is what your position was earlier, fine. But I'm allowed to put to you things you said publicly. That's not unfair. That's not me targeting your father. You put that story about him out
You know
there.
what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
I'm asking you about a pretty shocking anecdote, which to me looked like you were saying your father made decisions about where you as a family would eat based on skin color of people who worked at these places. If you say, or use them, if you say that is not what you meant, that's fine. You can respond any way you like. But the idea I can't ask you about it without you saying I'm attacking your father is ridiculous.
Well, you are, and you know what you're doing. And there's a political culture in America where if you have the wrong views, you get fired from your job. And my father has a job. And if you go on here and say, you charge him with racism or something, and I'm put in a position where I don't look like I'm sticking to my guns if I don't say my father's a racist, you're putting him in jeopardy, and he's not here to defend himself or explain his views. And it's very low, and I think you know exactly what you're doing, and people can see what you're doing. I'll defend my views, and I think that, you know, so let's leave him out of it. Let's just not talk about my father because my father isn't here. I'm here.
Okay, well,
I'll
then
defend my views, and I'll defend the antidote.
That's fine. But then do you accept you shouldn't talk about your father on your show? And you shouldn't tell...
Absolutely not. Absolutely
so
not.
It's fine for you to put a story out there which would make most people who listen to that story or watched it at the time on your show conclude that he was racist. It's fine for you to do that. But if I then ask you about it, I'm the one who's being unfair and I've crossed the line. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, you're being malicious.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Listen, people are watching this live. They can draw their own conclusions about whether what I just did. Yeah, I'm sure afterwards, by the way, you'll say, he ambushed me.
That was a little ambushy. I mean, that was a... I get that his rhetoric goes along with believing that his father very well could be racist. But if the story is told like how he's framing it, That's a little like he just keeps bringing it back up. Like he said way worse shit. Let's just keep going. We don't got to talk about pops.
Whoa. With the right words. That's a little presumptuous. I'm not going to say it's an ambush, but I think that's a low blow. And I think you know what you're doing, and that's fine. You're a tabloid journalist. I expected that. I don't think it's an ambush because I knew it would be like this. And people will see what you're doing, and I think they'll say it's low. But as far as you want to talk about racism, let's talk about racism.
Look, you've admitted you're a racist, correct?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Own it.
Okay, that's fine. You're perfectly entitled in a free democratic society to stare down the barrel of his camera and tell me you're racist. People can judge you accordingly. Many people who have assumed that you're racist will now have heard it from your own lips. That's fine.
There you go.
That's the point. The point of this interview is to go over the things you said, which have led people to reach conclusions about you, and to ascertain whether those conclusions are fair and reasonable or not. That's it. So I want to play you another clip. This is what you talk about why white people are justified in being racist. Let's take a listen to this.
First, white people are every single bit justified in being racist. Every single bit justified, to the extent that that means going out of your way to avoid black people when you see them.
You stand by
that? Absolutely.
So white people should go out of their way to avoid black people when they see them?
Absolutely. They would be wise.
Why?
Because it's a lose-lose proposition. If you're Irina Zarutska and you don't walk the other way, you get stabbed to death and you die. If you're somebody else and you walk on the subway and you stand near a black person or something.
I love how conservatives and motherfuckers on the right love that Ukrainian girl that got killed by that homeless black crackhead. They love Ukraine now. They just need to protect every Ukrainian woman across the world. But when Ukraine needs that aid that we've been sending to them, forget about it. There's going to be a bunch of Russian drones blowing up a bunch of Ukrainian white girls. And Nick Fuentes is not going to bat an eye. But they love that fucking Ukrainian girl. Rest in peace to her. That's a horrible thing that happened. But they're soulless. They use this shit to publicize it and make it a part of their fucking Rolodex of shit they could bring up to say black people equals bad. And it's soulless, bro. It's fucking disgusting the way they use these people's fucking deaths as fucking like fodder for their fucking political gain and shit. That shit is sickening, bro. They have no souls. They are going to hell.
Maybe it's fine.
Repent.
It's a lose-lose proposition. So no, I think that white people have been beaten into submission, that we're afraid to tell the truth about it. And the truth is that when you go into these major cities like New York or Chicago, I believe she was in North Carolina, there is a menace, which is young, black, adolescent men. They're extremely violent. And we have been told that we have to pretend like they are every other person. We have to be colorblind to that. And we're supposed to go and be in the midst of all this danger. And I think that at this point, it's gotten out of control. You look at the BLM movement, they said that the reason that black people are violent, or the reason there's crime, is because of police brutality. Redlining or all these other things. They said we need to get rid of the police. We need to defund them. And a lot of cities did. A lot of cities like Chicago, for example, the police changed the rules of engagement. They don't change.
And that was a mistake. Defunding the police is bad. We need more of a police reform than a defunding. The last thing we need is to defund the police. You know what I'm saying? Some police are overfunded, but there's a lot of police that are not funded well enough, and they need bigger forces. They need more money to be able to hire more people to police places better. We need reform on police training and like mental checkups and mental evaluations after they've been on the force for fucking 20 years. Like, we need shit like that, not to defund the police. Defunding the police and just having less cops around usually doesn't help a place that's fucking crime ridden. You know what I mean? Like, that was not the best messaging. I think we needed more of a reform rather than a defund.
Chase them. It's not a felony if you steal a certain amount of merchandise. They won't chase them on foot. And now the city's totally up for grabs. And now whether you're in the Gold Coast or whether you're on the Mag Mile or you're in the worst neighborhoods in the city, you might get shot, you might get mugged, someone might run up on you. And I tell my followers, it is better to be perceived as racist or racist and walk the other way and maybe keep your life than to say, I'm a good anti-racist. I don't mind that this person's making me uncomfortable. Maybe he's looking a little froggy. I'm going to sit down because I'm a good person and get stabbed, mugged, whatever. And by the way, this is a strategy. They call it the friendly stranger. There's a crew of them. They do this in Chicago. They stand outside bars, black people. They approach strangers. It's a robbery crew. And they pretend to be a friendly stranger and then they mug them. And stupid white people say, oh, hi, yeah, nice to meet you. You know, they grin, they laugh, they put up with the nonsense, and then they get mugged. Or worse. Sometimes they get executed. And so as a white person,
how do you feel about mass shootings at school?
I think they're bad.
Who do you think commits the vast majority of the mass shootings?
I'm sure it's white people.
Right. So how do you feel about that?
I think that white people do more antisocial violence. I think black people participate in more gang violence. I think that's a difference.
What's the difference to the victims?
There's no difference to the victim, but it's a different kind of crime, and it's a different proportion also. Do you know what percentage of white people are school shooters?
I know that the vast majority of mass shootings in schools in America this century were perpetrated by young white men. And I'm curious whether your advice would be to people who have kids in schools. Should they avoid white people at school? Should people with the kids at school avoid young white men? at school?
No.
Okay.
Do you know what per capita means? Do you know proportionality? There are more black people proportionally that engage in violent crime or involved in gangs, especially in these major cities, than there are white people that are school shooters compared to the entire white population, and everybody understands that.
Two-thirds of mass shootings at school perpetrated by white people.
But what proportion of white men commit school shootings? That's the question.
I've just told you. It's 60-65% of school shootings by white
You're
people.
telling me what proportion of school shootings are committed by white people. I'm saying
I get what he's saying, and Piers is never going to answer that because obviously it's going to say that, you know, a small percentage of the white population does school shootings, although most of the school shootings are done by white people. But both are true, obviously, because there's a ton of fucking white people. White people are still the majority in America. So there'd have to be fucking a lot more to make it like 5% of white dudes do mass shootings. That would be an insane amount of mass shootings because they're the majority.
Well, crimes, do you?
No, because I know it's far fewer from experience. Because it's like you said. Well, and hang on, and I would add to that. You know, Irina Zarutska wasn't the first one. That was also after Austin Metcalf was killed in Texas.
Sure.
After
But how many times has it been perpetrated by white people?
Well, hang on, let me finish my point.
You're implying that white people don't do this. And my point to you, Nick Fuentes, is of course,
I never said white people don't do it.
deranged white people commit heinous acts. But you don't either know, you neither know nor care, or maybe both. Maybe you do know but don't care. You only seem to be focused on black people who commit crimes. And again, if you hadn't prefaced the whole debate about racism by openly conceding you are a racist, I could read other.
But it's just the only thing is just so shallow. It's just like black people commit crime. Okay, why do black people commit crime? If you really ask them, it's going to come down to he believes that black people inherently, when they are born, are more likely to commit crime. Not because of the environments that they might be birthed into, not because of the cards that they were dealt, because they have black skin. They are more likely to be violent. And that's what it comes down to. That's why he doesn't want to talk about any ways to uplift the black community and any type of ways to stop the violence, because he feels like it's a lost cause because black people are born with a proclivity for violence. And that's just what it comes down to. And that's why you can't take this dude serious. So once you get into fucking, you know, race science and all this shit, these dudes are clowns, bro.
Connotations into what you've been saying. Well, once you've said, I'm a racist, and then you only talk about black crime, I think people can watch this and they can say, yeah, he's a racist. And everything that he says about crime is driven through the prism of being a racist who judges people according to their skin color.
Well, it's funny because it's quite on the contrary. And I said this in a similar monologue. You know, the problem is not that I wake up and I walk down the street and I see someone that doesn't look like me and it makes me angry. The problem is there's a pattern of behavior, which we've all seen. Blacks in America have become narcissistic, and they become narcissistic because they've been told they're victims of racism, they're victims of slavery. They've been told, really, there's no accountability. If they're rude, if they're inconsiderate, if they're criminal, they are told that they have no agency for their actions. They're being told, if you act in this way, it's because the white man made you that way. It's because the system's rigged against you. And so we've been telling black people this for a generation, and now there's no rules. Now they go, and what we hate to see as decent people, not even as white people, but decent people, even black people too, what we hate to see is rudeness, obnoxiousness, inconsideration, criminality, violence.
But this comes from every single, just go into low income, any community that's low income, and you're going to find everything that he just listed. Go to any trailer park in America and you're going to see motherfuckers scanted out. You're going to see fucking baby mamas, white bitches with fucking 6, 7, 8 kids on fucking EBT, sucking up the system. Why ain't we talking about Alabama? Why ain't we talking about fucking these places that are a net negative on our budget when California is a surplus?
And that's that pattern of behavior that we see all over social media.
So just to be clear, you don't like black people who play the victim and are rude. Is that your position?
I don't like that pattern of behavior.
Are you a narcissist?
I see where this is going.
Yeah, you're ahead of me. You're ahead of me, aren't you? Because when I said, what black friends have you got? You say,
I am kind of black, aren't I?
No, not that. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying your choice of black friend is Ye, who is arguably the #1 black victimhood narcissist in America. Do you understand the problem? So he's your friend. He's one of the very few black people you want to be associated with, but he's the epitome of what you just said you abhor about narcissistic black people.
I wouldn't say that.
I disagree with you, and I'll tell you why. Because Ye, if you've ever met him in real life.
I have, yeah.
Okay, well, then you know. He's nothing but polite, considerate.
He seems very rude to me the last 2 times I interviewed him. He's a supreme narcissist, and he's also...
You keep interrupting me. You're very rude. Are you black?
I apologize.
I apologize
to you.
I'm giving you a hard time, but I do want to finish my point. I do want to finish my point about Ye. He is a guy who, when I was with him, wanted to make sure that everybody was heard.
Are you black because you're interrupting me is crazy, bro.
actually a very soft-spoken guy.
Let's
very
just
polite.
move
When
on from
you look at all
bro.
the
It's
rappers
too
that are in the music
much.
game, many of them, especially from Chicago drill rap, they're talking about killing people, shooting people, they gangbang. He notably, if you know about him, he got his start because he was a nerd. He wore a backpack and
Do you think white kids are the biggest consumers of drill rap, or do you think that minorities drive that market? Somebody, let's say Lil Durk. What are most of Lil Durk's fans? Are they white? Just by pure mass numbers, not percentage, but pure numbers. Most of King Von's fans white? Because white kids and all races love drill music. That's why it's popular. It couldn't be popular within minorities. There are not enough minorities to make it popular.
in a polo, and he wasn't a gangbanger. He rapped about his feelings and girls and his dreams and his ambitions. So no, and by the way, he would tell me all the time, he doesn't even feel black. They make him feel not black because he doesn't do those things, because he's soft-spoken, because he's artistic, because he's a bit of a nerd or likes fashion. So I would disagree. He's actually not like that at all.
Okay. He's also a Hitler-loving anti-Semite. I'm going to take a little commercial break here, and we're going to come back and talk about anti-Semitism and your views about Jewish people, and indeed what Yang said about the same thing.
This will be the last part we watch. Is this fucking anti-Semitic shit?
Thank you, Dr. Fauci. Trace which you care about. Right. And if you've ever wondered what really happened, here's. Okay, back with Nick Fuentes. Let's just turn to anti-Semitism. In your interview with Stephen Crowder last week, you answered emphatically that you don't hate all Jews. Is that correct? That's your position?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to play you this clip.
Well, I don't hate any Jews. Let me just amend that. I don't hate any Jews.
Okay. Let's play this clip.
It's a fucking
The reason I've had it is because
lie.
my opposition to world Jewry and Israel is rooted in absolute, uncontestable fact. We have the truth on our side. That's why we're winning. Because we are telling the truth about the historical antagonism between Jews and Europeans, between Jews and Christians. The theological, historical, racial, cultural, and political antagonisms between organized Jewry and the Christians, organized Jewry and Europeans. And the reason that we are winning that argument is because it's real, it's true. I can prove it, I can show you, I can name the names, I can show you the paper trail, the money. That is why we're winning. That is why all of this is raising the consciousness.
When you say you have this opposition to world Jewry, I mean, it's one thing to criticize, for example, the Israeli government over what's been doing in Gaza. I've done that myself. When you talk about world Jewry, I presume you're talking about the 15 million Jews in the world, and you are opposed to them. How does that square with your position that you don't hate any Jews?
Well, do you take issue with my use of the term world Jewry?
Well, what do you mean by that?
Or do you take issue with it? Do you have a problem with that?
Clarify what you mean by it.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. The gaslighting's crazy because I use that expression on my show all the time. I say organized Jewry, world Jewry. And do you know that for like 30 years, the World Jewish Congress has an annual keynote called the State of World Jewry? Barry Weiss has given it. You can look it up. It's on YouTube. She gives the State of World Jewry.
What do you mean by it?
Yeah,
I mean, you have to talk about,
there's
the concept of Jewish peoplehood. It's the sense that they are part of a common nationality, a common tribe, a common people. And so where they reside in Israel, the United States, or Europe, or elsewhere, they see each other above or maybe on a different level alongside their nationality.
This is what I don't get, is they're so against Jewish people uniting, but he's a guy who wants white people to be every type of European, every type of Italian, French, fucking... Can Russians be in the white coalition of white supremacy? Swedes, you know what I'm saying? From the Netherlands, like they get to claim all these different nationalities into their white race and their side, but the Jews get together and try to do their thing, and it's a big old problem.
Their state, wherever they reside, if they're in Germany, France, the United States, they see themselves as part of a transnational nation, of an international nation. The Jews in America, the Jews in Israel, they identify as Israeli or American, but they also have something in common. They identify as part of a common nation, which I would say there's a world Jewish population. It's world Jewry. And world Jewry has representatives. There is such a thing as the World Jewish Congress, where they actually elect, it's democratic, all the local Jewish organizations elect representatives to represent proportionally the Jewish population in their area at the World Jewish Congress. And it's sort of like Davos. It's like the World Economic Forum, but it's exclusively for members of the Jewish nation that exists across the world. And so that's a real thing. And I didn't make that up, and that didn't come from 4chan. It's like I said in that clip. I read what they write. I read their books. I watch these speeches. I watch a speech from Barry Weiss. I pay very close attention. So that's what I mean by that. There is such a thing as it's a nation that exists across borders on a global scale. They're organized, and they have a national self-interest as that nation, as that tribe.
So if you don't hate any Jews, what do you like about them?
I like a lot of things about them. I think they're funny. I think they're smart. I think that they're pretty remarkable people. And as Christians, especially as Catholics, we say they're remarkable. And this has been adjudicated in Catholic doctrine for thousands of years. We say that they're a witness people. And so we actually, there's provisions inside of Catholic doctrine that says we need to give them special protections because they were a witness to Christ's passion. So, this is why you can't clip the show. You have to watch the whole thing. I say this repeatedly in interviews. I do think they're remarkable. By definition, they're exceptional people. It's just that there is a sort of natural opposition between them and Christians because of the theology. We believe that Christ is the Messiah. They don't. They have been a minority in Christian lands for thousands of years, and they've been pushed around and expelled, and they've been persecuted and segregated, and that's why there's a lot of paranoia, there's a lot of distrust, there's maybe some sense of chauvinism.
There's still a small-ass minority
Among Jewish people. So there is, like I said in that clip, there is an historical antagonism between these two peoples, between Christendom and Jewry, and that has always been the case in Europe. But I don't hate them, and I think I actually sort of understand them in a weird way. I think that because I've studied a lot of their politics, I think I really kind of know them in a way, and it doesn't come from a place of hatred.
Do you have any Jewish friends?
I do. I have many, yes.
Well, that's weird, because you said this.
Jews and Christians have never been friends, ever. Not since Jesus Christ fought with the Pharisees. Have we ever been friends? Not since Saul was leading the charge persecuting the Christians. Not since the Roman Empire, not since the Middle Ages. Never. We've never been friends. We've never been allies. We've always been set against each other, actually. And even here in the United States, it was communist Jews who were the architects of both communism and the civil rights laws that are dispossessing white Christians of their land and civilization.
The Jews and Christians have never been friends, ever, except for you and your Jewish friends.
Yeah, so easy. As peoples, as nations.
Got it.
Not saying every individual Christian. And of course, there have been Christians and there have been Christian converts to Judaism, Jewish converts, Christian. You're nodding your head, but you're asking this. I'm saying as peoples.
No, I'm a Catholic like you, and I have many Jewish friends. I'm just trying to compute what you're trying to say, which is Jews and Christians have never been friends ever. And I'm like, well, you have Jewish friends, I have Jewish friends, we're both Catholics, therefore we're Christians. So it doesn't really quite add up.
Well, like I said, as peoples, there has been an historical.
Yeah, man, I'm just not buying it, bro. He goes on these big platforms, he waters it down, he makes it sound good, he comes off as likable, all that. Uh-oh.
Okay, so last night, Adam 16 issued a challenge for $1,000 prize for anyone that can.
Should we watch this? Maybe we should have watched this. The sheriff's in town. Oh, shit, look who's live.
I interviewed Tuski on the show a few months ago earlier.
Oh, I got to sign into chat. Oh, can I chat right here?
Over 5 years. I think I'd be like 6, 7 years in jail.
Oh, it's right
so
here.
he came out, he had got the mustard cosign, he did the 09 Pictures Inc. shit record, which was a big ratchet record when I was younger, like 2017. Goes to jail. And so that's why he gets out and he drops the project with Haiti Baby. He dropped the record with Young and Hefe. He dropped the record, the Notorious record with Chef Boy. So okay, yeah, he belongs on here despite him having.
Do I have their shit on 1.75 or something? Oh no, it's on normal. He's just talking fast as shit.
That shit was turned.
Shout out to them, man. Shout out to Day in LA. Shout out to Bo. Shout out to all them. Yeah, that's crazy that Munchie B canceled on the FooCommunity.
A lot of people don't know that.
He should have had a conversation, bro, because now they're going to do it, but now it's just delayed. Like, bro, you should have just had this conversation then so they could just pull
But we were supposed to do an episode today with the FooCommunity. We were supposed to have Comparator back for his first time in a long time, as well as the other guys. And unfortunately, it was shut down by Munchie B right here.
The mayor.
The mayor. He said, I'm not going. I'm not down.
I was fucking with Munchie B too, man. Munchie B shouted me out on the pod too, man. And he's just turning on us. Turning on the Mexicans just like that. How could you?
So hopefully we have a collaborative episode in the works sooner or later. But Munchie, why did it feel so serious that you are unwilling to sit down with these young Mexicans?
Because if I'm sitting down with somebody, I want to come to some kind of common ground, and I want to talk to like-minded people. They not like-minded.
What is getting in the way of that? What's not like-minded about them?
Because they standing on what they stand on. They got a no censoring policy when someone being disrespected, some disrespectful verbiage towards my folks. I'm not cool with that. And then when you got.
And I talked to them. It was on my episode of the FooCommunity. Go check that out. Keep running up the numbers. Munchie was definitely tired of Adam after the last night, and we'll talk about that too. But if you go check out my episode with FooCommunity, you know what I'm saying, Moose from No Jumper, I speak on that. I say, hey, bro, what's up with the M-word clip of that OG little, I don't know if he's a, Southside or whatever, but he was interviewing him. He's talking about his time in prison, and he was saying, yeah, we went to war with the M's. And the M word, the Spanish word, is a derogatory term for black people. And he left it in the interview. I asked him on my podcast with him, hey, what's up with that? He said, honestly, bro, like, I had left it in, but after people started commenting and shit, I edited it out. So I took his word for that. I think he really did edit it out. So that's why I just had to donate and make sure that he knew that they just not on super bullshit, because somebody who's on super bullshit would just say, I don't give a fuck about the backlash. I'm going to leave it in the interview.
You got a younger of your same ethnic group, he made an Arab in his past, but instead of like discussing it in the right manner, y'all pacified it, and then like so y'all just, you know what I'm saying, y'all get sucking on whoever come y'all platform.
And yeah, I guess you could say they could have gone harder on P-Face. I just feel like they saw that everyone else was going hard on P-Face, so they didn't want to like dogpile him. And I understand that too, but I also understand Munchie's perspective as you can't let that type of shit slide if we're supposed to be on some unity shit, black and brown.
Versus like saying the real, you know what I mean? And me and them type of people, we don't miss well. So if you just that type of person, ain't no reason for us to dialogue. Call your big homies.
Like, do you think they're genuinely racist? Because they left somebody in the podcast episode, they said the M word, which is Mexican version of the N word, I guess, the hard R. And you weren't happy about that. That's the main issue. Because I feel like you would be someone who would like generally be pretty open-minded to racists.
I'm not.
No?
Far from it.
I feel like you have kind of like an edgy sense of humor that you could appreciate. Like,
sense of humor.
I feel like you would sit down with a white supremacist. For real. Or like a Muslim terrorist, or like somebody who's like kind of, somebody who's got ops, right?
Nah,
like even like a Mexican like dude who just straight up says he doesn't like black people. Like I'm kind of surprised that you're not willing to try to see what that's like.
Guess what? If it's the Mexican dude that straight up say you don't like black people, that's a conversation to be had. I've been on these prison yards with them type of people, and like, hey, let's see why he feel that way. Not these people that's in a Party City costume, acting like they know what they talking about. They ain't even been nowhere. They can't. They don't have. Come on, bro. Anybody that's gonna eat a blunt full of tobacco for a no jumper job ain't my type of guy. What are we talking about? Call your big homie, bro. I don't want to talk to you.
You gotta be opinionated. You know, somebody being opinionated, then you ain't got nothing to talk.
I forgot that Compa ate that blunt until Munchie kept bringing it up. I'm not gonna lie, that was a dark moment.
They're not standing on nothing. I was wanting to talk to P-Face because there was some discrepancies, and we could like talk and get that out the way.
So do all them bang?
No, they don't bang, and Comparator might as well not bang.
Why you say that?
Because he's in bad standings from where he's from, and he ate a blunt for Adam. He ate a blunt for tobacco.
Never heard none of that.
I'm not from Missouri. Like, have you heard about that though?
No, I mean, I'm not from Missouri.
So we had a blunt on the table, and I was doing an interview with him, and he was this dude Comparator, right? And he basically was saying that he wanted to be a part of a part of No Jumper again because he used to be part of it. And I said, as a joke, because it was a blunt just laying on the table, big fat backwood. I said, you want to be a part of No Jumper? Eat the backwood. No. I'm like, for real, do it. He goes, you for real? I'm like, yeah, I'm for real. Eat the backwood. Ate the backwood. Never seen anything like it.
And he don't even smoke like that, so he was like,
he don't smoke weed. So imagine what that thing did to him.
But was the backwood full of weed or tobacco?
Weed.
It
was a rolled backwood. That was at least probably $20.
They'll be talking about that for 20 years.
But that's the whole thing, Munchie. I feel like it would have been dope if you like everything you just said.
But yeah, last night Adam was getting super irritated by Munchie keep bringing up whack. Munchie, as you can see, he was off the yak. You know what I'm saying? Talking about whack. The yak might make him talk about whack. Pop his shit a little bit more, maybe. To be fair, Munchie also had a point, though. They sat there and had to listen to him shoot shots at T-Rail and make everything about T-Rail for a long bit of time, and that it was absolutely true. Everyone was tired of that whole spiel, and he's recently been on an anti talking about him, but for the longest years they sat there and listened to him talk shit about T-Rail every damn near episode. So that's fair, but Adam also has a point that just how when Adam was doing it, it's annoying. It is annoying when Munchie does it as well.
Put a trip on you like King Pill. And here you made me eat that blunt.
I didn't make him. He chose. He reached down and picked it up. He chose.
It was like choice. Like P was my choice.
I'd have been up here next Tuesday. Was like, hey, you at the door, man.
I was trolling him, but he did not seem to get that.
But that's what would have made this episode fire too, or that like episode with us.
Hey, I'm not content like that though. I'm not super content, bro. I'm not. Look. I'm not entertained. I'm like something I'm serious about. I'm not super content. Everything ain't content to me, bro.
So this is past content.
I ain't trying to smoke weird ass things. I ain't trying. But like, where's your big homies? That's worth this conversation. You know what I'm saying?
So you want to run up the totem pole and get to the real ops?
No, ain't none of them ops.
Who do they answer to?
Man, they answer to the Southerners. All Mexican residents, because they answer to the best A's. Call the big dogs. Because you ain't even, y'all not versed for this.
But you're looking at it like a gang thing. We're looking at it more like a podcast thing, where like whoever their gang big homies are is kind of irrelevant. Like
you have really solid points too, and you've been popping it, and it like makes sense. And I feel like I would like to hear their response in real time and see that dialogue unfold and what can be learned.
Yeah, like one of the best things podcast wise is to sit down with somebody that you have issues with and like get to the heart of it. I feel like that's like the Gumby thing. I see a couple of Gumby talking about me on a vlog. Boom, I hit them up. Let's do a podcast.
But it'd be kind of crazy. Like sometimes when people go on podcasts and they like say it's untruthful and call you out your name and bring stuff into it that don't have nothing to do with nothing, and then expect it now like the next week. Like what the?
I agree, but that's why we are the perfect tie that binds, because we have a good relationship with the food community. We have a good relationship with you. We can make sure that it was respectful, and that if they were disrespectful, that we would kick them the fuck out. Go outside and hit it back with.
Instead, if they got a team full of people, they're gonna spread it out. Man.
We're not gonna let them bring like 20 goons and everything. We're gonna keep it all professional.
And let me tell you something, Stan G. Nobody care about the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
Because that's how it is in jail. If you a million Mexicans and a few blacks, that's not nothing. Even a blind ain't nothing, nigga. Like when you get sprayed in your shit, nigga, you can't see shit. You don't stop fighting, nigga. Like that. Like I swear to God, bro. That's what I'm saying. I be laughing at people because a lot they're poppy to me, and I'm cool because I'm on camera. I like podcasting, but I really get my hands on y'all. Somebody up.
I'm gonna turn your head to whack.
No, you gotta turn me. Whack ain't even a discussion. We let that nigga out of this shit.
I'm not gonna shoot.
Whatever. But
boom, cash.
But no, I'm just saying like, but no, I'm saying, but who the smart nigga over here? Is it Prime? I keep hearing Prime name.
Prime is smart. Yeah. Prime is smart. Ray told me Juan is smart as well. Raider's definitely not stupid. He just like is on camera.
Yeah, them two could definitely have a Prime, especially, but Juan too could fucking have a good conversation with Munchie.
Yeah, his on-camera personality is very easy to make people think that he's not the brightest dude, but he's actually very smart as well. Or else he wouldn't have his other shit going on that you do.
No, I mean, I
don't think they meant that. I know it was retarded.
The Hooters, nigga, the police, nigga. Police.
Yeah.
I mean,
they called you the police?
Yeah, because he said, this P-Face said, I'm trying not to keep bringing up P-Face. Like, oh, he's talking about politics on camera. That's just our lingo. Well, I'm just saying, like, let's holler, you know what I'm saying? That's politics, not just, you know what I'm saying? So, politics on camera, the Hooters. Police, like, now you being disrespectful. But I mean, like, let's put it together. Let's put it together. And come and talk regular. Nigga, I don't hear that stupid ass shit, nigga.
Like the police, but I mean, I just be laughing like this police because I just heard
I've been
this
around you
police
too long,
on
bro,
camera
and I think, bro,
ain't
take
nobody
you
getting arrested, and we ain't talking about no unsolved cases. So what the fuck is you talking about? Like,
right.
My boy,
somebody to Hooters.
My boy MooseMan said.
Oh, yeah, right here. Shout out. Right here, y'all. I chimed in. Right here, y'all. Moose chimed in.
Right.
My boy,
somebody to Hooters.
My boy MooseMan said, I asked FooCommunity about the M-word clip, and he said he went back and censored it. Prime and Juan can have a nuanced conversation with Munchie on race.
Hey, I respect. I like MooseMan.
Me too.
Yeah, Moose is fire.
MooseMan.
He's vouching for him.
MooseMan, man. With MooseMan.
No, I like MooseMan on everything. I rock with MooseMan.
Let's go.
So it's right.
Get up. It's Bracken. Y'all see it? Yeah. You know what, Munchie? Even though you said we had tiny pitos, I'm gonna, look past that. You know what I'm saying? Because you a good dude. I fuck with you. You a good potter. Man, I hope you keep running it up, Brody. Appreciate you, man. We do need to check out FooCommunity. Hey, look, I'm live. That's clean. Shout out. FooCommunity. Speaking of them, perfect segue, honestly. Check them out. Let's see what your boys episode is at. Oh yeah, almost 6K, y'all. Go run me up right there. Almost 6,000. Almost 6,000. I got more views than the dude from Coyotes, and they're a poppin' ass rap group. So that's how you know I was podding my ass off, okay? But yeah, go ahead and check me out when y'all get a chance. Watch my video that I dropped. Let's do quick promo for that too. Quick promo. Go watch how I become a host on No Jumper right here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you watch the Chicano rap legend says we don't need black. Sparks heated debate. That's a good one. My last stream did a good amount of views. That was dope. You know what I'm saying? Almost 700 views just off the stream VOD. An hour and 40. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty cool. But yeah. So watch all these too. Watch how I became a host on No Jumper. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff I'm supposed to say, But let's check out and then we'll watch this as well. MooseMan from No Jumper right there on the FooCommunity. You see me running it up, almost 6K views. Look, I got more than the top 50 artists with Lush and everybody on there. That's how you know I'm popping. Hey.
Ooh, yes.
All right, let's go to the very beginning. I was watching this, slapping it in the background one day.
Segment. It's gonna be an annual thing. Usually I don't record this shit.
Hey, shout out to my boy Mexican Jordan right here. He was at the host competition. I met him in line before, and now he's on FooCommunity pretty consistently. So shout out to bro. He's entertaining for sure. He be dropping a lot of like little relationship content. He be with a different random little Mexican bitch every other week. So shout out to my boy Bands on Instagram, Mexican Jordan. But let's see who they got for the top 10.
Okay. Top 50 hottest Latino rappers from Cali to Texas. Should we kicking off, homie?
Oh, from Cali to everywhere, right?
Hey, how to get some people who really tapped in. Compa Raider.
What's up, bad?
Homie, when they tweet, don't complain. So I don't want to.
Let's get right into it.
But number one.
Yeah.
Where's up? Yeah, number one, I got OGZ. So we have OGZ number one.
Yeah.
Anybody opposed?
I'm opposed.
You're out. 3-1 though.
3-1. Yeah.
Latino, homie.
Yeah. Number two, I got
I got Mexican OT easy.
I got D-Baby.
Respectfully.
Hold on, but okay, but it's still debatable right now.
Let's put numbers.
Let's put numbers up.
And then Juan, how did you get the list? Like, what do you look for the list?
So
YD Baby number 2, go for it.
So I looked at streams, right? I looked at moves that were made in the past year.
Okay.
I looked at impact on the game.
Okay.
And another key thing, I looked at consistency throughout the whole year.
Ooh, consistency.
So
yes, I'm on.
Yes. But look,
okay, those are some good rules and good guidelines to pick for sure.
And the biggest platforms this year.
Which one?
Like the Bobby one. He did the
Did Joe Rogan?
He did the Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan was like 2 years ago.
Nah, it was this year.
Last year.
He did it
No?
again?
Yeah, he did it. Yeah.
Let me see, Harmony.
It was this year, right? I think it was this year.
You don't think OT's
I
been
thought
more
that was
quiet
last
this year
year.
as opposed to last year? Because he has. With the music.
Music? Wait, I'm looking at his music right now. You don't have a new album. Nope, you're right. No album.
This year.
So he
been quiet.
if we had a bigger year, I guess as a face, not actual music.
Yeah, that was a year ago. He was on Joe Rogan.
D-Baby too?
D-Baby, yeah.
D-Baby?
Yeah, he's hard.
You agree?
Mexican OT was sleeping a little bit.
Just because
So consistency puts D Baby above Mexican OT because Mexican OT he did drop though. He dropped that tape because he had that song with Bravo that I fuck with. Let's look it up. Mexican OT. I guess I could have pulled this up here, or we could pull it up here actually. Let's check him out. What did he drop? Okay, what's Chicken and Sauce? This a single? Oh no, it's a whole tape. Okay, so he dropped Chicken and Sauce, and then he dropped this. So he dropped 2 albums. He dropped Recess, and he dropped Chicken and Sauce. And that was about it. D-Baby dropped. I mean, he dropped 2 albums too. It's really. It's really tied. They both dropped the same amount. If we're talking about albums, that's 2 for 2. That's 2 for 2.
That's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
The album did pretty well.
Yeah.
It charted.
He hard. I can't name no songs, but when he plays, he's hard.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But can you name a song?
I just gotta look.
Yeah.
I just gotta look is crazy. Can you name a song? Yeah, I just gotta look and read the name of the song first.
No, somebody number 2. You gotta.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What? That's only one.
Mental freestyle. 2 a.m.
That's all. Is that old music?
That's old as fuck.
We're talking about 2025.
Hey, junkie mode.
Now we agree D-Baby too?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Even though none of his new songs from this year are in the top 10 Spotify, you say.
Is anybody else?
I think Mexican OT honestly should be above D-Baby.
Yeah, new album. You go to OGC's, you see all his new songs in the top. Top D-Baby.
Something the catalog still.
He's like you fools drop.
Like D-Baby, Mexican OT's famous way. Like people know him way. No, for real. Like
Mexican OT's for surely mainstream as hell.
Who not Mexican OT? Until I see a D-Baby interview with one of the top niggas, then he's famous.
Ooh, imagine he.
No jumper ain't enough, nigga.
He's one of those quiet niggas, like introvert. Like that's what he's like. OT got him.
Hey, so we put it number 4.
All right, number 4.
I got Snow.
Snow the product.
Easy. I would say yes.
She might be damn near higher, bro.
Everybody in the.
Oh, I don't listen to her, but Snow the product does numbers. I don't care if it's like kind of sometimes cringy, like Instagram political music. She's got just 4.5 million just on YouTube alone. Look at this. These all projects. Little short, little EP project. She's out working all the dudes. Yeah. All of them. Sabado got fucking almost 8 million plays. Snow should damn near be above D-Baby and Mexican OT. Low key. Not gonna lie, off numbers, and she be going viral. I mean, he got 7 million just on there. He got 10 million on Spotify. Oh, Jeezy's numbers go crazy.
Top 4 for
He's
sure.
definitely number one.
Nah, I'm
Yeah,
not.
song globally.
Fast ass count.
That's how old is that song?
Like 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah,
It went viral.
it did bigger numbers than everybody else.
It only went viral because it was like a political song, but it still went viral.
But it's still numbers.
She took the YG route in the
At the
work.
end of the day, what do we look at Drake for? Numbers.
Hold on, what's your streak?
It says 4.
Nah, you got that 4 because
Hold on. Nah, Phoenix is hard.
I ain't for a master. He was on tour.
For the
podcast.
That's a podcast.
Her music. Probably the
Bro,
biggest
Snow should be
viral-
higher.
always
No
two
way
top-
she goes
top four
lower.
this whole year.
No, you need.
Nah, yeah. So I got Snow.
Well, it makes sense to me. I agree.
Snow should be second.
We'll spin the block.
Okay, who would you say though?
I don't know. Let me see the other name.
I got Phoenix.
Nah, it's too high up, fool.
What? Are you a hater?
I don't think the Shoreline.
It's cracking, homie.
Shoreline. I mean, Phoenix does numbers, but does the Shoreline reunion carry Phoenix to number? Was it 5? Nope. I don't think it's gonna go the same. I don't think he could be in the top 5. I don't think so. No way.
By himself? All right, cool. Let's check him out.
By himself?
All right,
Shots fired.
all right, makes sense.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah. Makes sense.
Does it? Let me check
For now,
Spotify.
right? For now. Okay, good.
I thought OGZ was the whole Shoreline Mafia group.
Nah, I'm separating them.
Yeah.
We should, right?
Yeah, well, I thought you should have put them together away because I think they had a bigger year together. But I fuck with that number though. I do fuck with Phoenix being 5 and OGZ to be number 1.
Okay.
It's based on numbers and like say hits, fool. If I turn on the radio right now in LA, I still hear OGZ with at least 2 songs. Still in rotation, which is pretty rare to do. It's rare to do.
Damn, he does 6 million monthly listeners. I mean, is it a lot of the biggest songs are the Shoreline reunion songs, but still, Heat Stick has 125 million. A lot of it's carried by his old songs and that song, but still, bruh, 6.3 million. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Snow should be.
That's it.
I don't know, dog.
Second.
We're gonna spin the block on this.
Phoenix should be 5th.
Yeah.
Okay. You proved me wrong.
We're to see, dog.
All right, go for it.
Prove me wrong.
Number 6. Peso. Okay.
Okay, Peso's fighting ahead.
That's a good one.
Fool, how? And 100.
No.
Fool, it's by a lot.
It's by a lot.
It's like 600 to 5 million. Wait, come on, fool. And
Snow transcends Cali.
Fool, Snow product is famous in Mexico también, güey.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually is. Yes.
I think it's because you don't listen to her music.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, you know what I mean? I know every time she comes on, she's hard.
Yeah.
She's lyrical. But I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, I bump it.
Nah, I don't
You
bump
get what I'm
it
saying?
either way, but numbers, she's visible. We see her, basically.
Damn.
And she got American Cholo hot again, calling him a Tio on the new song.
What? She did American Cholo?
American Cholo feels like it was for him.
American Cholo's all like, oh, don't.
Well, he said it. You should clip it up. He said it.
He's all like,
on
yeah.
the Rosenberg one.
Oh, why you attacking me? But you're not attacking the Dodgers though. Picking and choosing, selective politicking.
Peso number 6 makes sense right now
Okay,
for sure.
Peso and Phoenix, what are their numbers?
Phoenix for a lot.
Yeah?
6
Hey,
million.
should we put
6
Peso
million.
at 5 and switch?
Yeah, yes.
When did Heat Stick come out? Oops. When did it come out? Nope. Yep. It dropped last year. Peso should definitely be. Peso is on GNX.
For
Flag,
2025?
hey, good flag right there. That's a good flag.
2025?
Yes, fool. Peso
is on GNX for sure.
Peso does.
That's facts.
Peso?
This year, name one.
The whole GNX, fool. GNX dropped at the end of
That's
the year.
Kendrick shit. Name one. Peso.
But Peso, La Letra, oh, the one with
AC Chike.
fucking
Thuggin' Not Clubbin'.
with fuck, with the other South Central nigga.
Peso had a lot of like features.
He had a lot of features with fuck in the clubbing not thugging.
We're gonna spin the block and then see where you're.
My Mafia.
And then we're gonna agree with that.
But I was probably like 11, 12.
Nah, he has to be top 10, no?
He wasn't hot this year like that though.
Let me see, dog. I think he like what?
Go for it.
Lefty Gunplay.
I didn't even heard of Bash World.
Bash for the World should be
5.3 mil.
Yeah, but I'm saying, does anybody know him?
In Texas, popping.
Yeah, in Texas only. See,
Bash for the World should be 7.
Nah, sway through, but all right.
Bash for the World should be 7. I mean, he has 660K on YouTube. Let's check him out on Spotify. $3 million on Spotify. And I know he's big on 3 million. What is Peso streaming numbers? Only 500K. He was on GNX, but that's more just a good look. Bash for the World. I mean, this shit. That shit's hard, for sure. We don't want to get copywritten, though. But shout out to Bash for the World. I think he should be above Peso.
The hottest right now.
Bash for the World should be number 6.
Peso has no highlights this year. I know it.
Bash for the World should be 6. Peso 7.
One thing that he did this year.
Hey, shout out Peso though.
One thing that he did this year.
He's saying like King Little G. He didn't do shit this year, but his catalog moved forward to this year.
No, Lefty shouldn't be so high this year. Lefty hasn't done shit this year.
The fool from Texas that hasn't been popping for a couple years. Peso's out of time.
Peso should not be up there at all, for sure.
Vote 10. Go for it. 10.
Let's take it from the top to the bottom. All right. Lefty. How we put about Lefty at 7?
That makes sense.
Hey, no, I think Sway or Chito Ranas for 7.
Chito
I can't have
Ranas?
Sway
Nah.
because it's not. Yeah.
If not Sway, Chito Ranas.
I got Chito like at what I got him at? I got Chito at 11.
I say Chito Ranas.
Lefty's too high. Bash should be 7.
Who's Bash for?
I know who is that.
Look him up.
Who the fuck is that?
Bash for the World should be 7.
We can't be non-biased just because we never heard of him.
But what's his highlight then?
Yeah, compa.
We're talking about hottest.
What, you think he's cheater or something?
When you're hot, you have highlights.
So I'm looking at the numbers and I can't deny that.
Okay, we're recording right now, Lush. Where the fuck you at, homie?
Text me the address. I'm on my way, Dick.
Oh,
I'm on my way, dick.
What do you at number 8?
I gotta see the whole list of it.
Forward.
More spot in tune with it, but I'm looking at the numbers. I can't deny that.
If you're going by the numbers, you gotta put another product higher than people then.
No, but we're taking all into account, right? The numbers, the consistency, the impact, the tours, the moves. Texas.
So I don't think Peso should be up there.
I am just saying, like,
Bash for the World should be at number 7.
Wrong way, dog.
Fomar was better for now.
They fucked up the list by taking Bash
Peso,
out.
Beast 5 over here. Hottest.
Yeah, Peso should be Peso should be 5, Phoenix 6, Bash 7.
Honestly, I'm not mad. Either or.
No, you gotta make a decision right now.
Make a decision, fool. I got Peso having a hotter year.
When Lush comes, he'll be the tiebreaker if you vote.
See that concert? You see Peso there. Yeah. Phoenix is 6.
They need Bash at 7 though, bro. That's the only difference.
Highlights on, right?
Bash should have been 7.
She said, "Give me 8 Chris shots,
this year. Bravo Rocket right now.
Chito Rana's on number
Right
10.
now we're looking at 7.
No way they're about to put Cheeto up here above Bash, bro.
Then Lefty. No, bro.
Here.
Oh, come on, don't. Come on, that's a good
Up over left.
In his
He goes,
hometown.
next time I got look. Lush goes. It's still almost an hour away. Next time I got you 100, but Spencer, cause I'll be too late.
And then we disrupt some shit.
8 lefty or Chito?
Chito.
Ooh, that was real.
Look at the yeah. Chito has a lefty.
Oh no.
FooCommunity
Okay,
did have the
Lefty.
Texas song of the year.
Lefty over Cheeto.
Can't be biased.
Pull up with phone. They're like, whoa, phone. You know what?
Keep on.
I got FOMO, bro.
FOMO.
Yeah.
I like. That's what you.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't be a hater, dog. You know what I mean? Even though you don't. Follow FooCommunity.
Number 10, I'm gonna say Coyotes phone.
What? I'm looking at
Well, y'all, that was good reacting to that, man. Go ahead and check out the rest to see what they got going. Top 50 Latin rappers of 2025 from Cali to Texas. They had Ojeezy, D-Baby, Mexican OT, Snow the Product, Peso, Phoenix Flex, and Bravo, Faux Mob, Lefty Gunplay, and I believe Bash for the World should be up there. Only subs I would make is putting Bash at 7, then Bravo, then maybe Lefty, then Cheeto or something like that. That would be my list. But shout out to them, man. Go ahead and subscribe to FooCommunity. But before we get on up out of here, make sure I'm shamelessly plugging this again. Make sure if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, you do subscribe, like the video, and go check out some of my other content. I dropped a new video, a couple of them in the past couple of days. How I became a host on No Jumper, as well as this Chicano rap legend says we don't need black people to be a part of hip hop. Check that out. And if you haven't, watch the 6ix9ine reaction, but you know, whatever if you don't. And then I'm going to go ahead and keep on going live. Tell me if y'all like the evening lives or the morning lives better. I'll just go live whenever I can. If you could tune in, then tune in. If not, I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Appreciate y'all. It's MooseMan, the biggest fish, and we out.